Hey friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. If you would like to see a different type of Flip Through Friday, stick around. What's up, friends? It's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for being here today. I'm super excited to share with you what I've done so far in my volume 1 of December Daily 2023. This is my second year participating in the project, if you didn't know already, and my second year entering into the scrapbook world, and it is my absolute favorite thing ever of all time. It combines planning, it combines creating, it combines crafting, and memory keeping, which I absolutely love. So I'm really excited to share what I've done with you so far. Last year I ended up needing 2 of these albums. I imagine it will be the same for this year because I don't like to be constricted by adding embellishments and dimension to my pages. So that being said, let me show you what I've got so far. I did add these this tree-shaped sort of table of contents, if you will, to the beginning of the album. I don't usually do something on the inside, but I wanted to give it a go for this year, so we'll see if I end up liking it and all of that. But I did use a December daily sticker from one of the packages to make sort of the bottom part of the tree, and I thought that was really cute. And I think I'm going to write in what each of the days are. That was kind of my thought from the very beginning, so I think I will do that, and probably just do that with black pen or marker. We'll see. That's sort of the beginning, and then this is my introduction / opening page. The original idea came from Allie Edwards. I decided to use the colorful version of Merry and Bright and add in a bunch of sequins. I ended up double hand embroidering around this to keep the sequins contained, and as you can see, some of the tinier bits do end up escaping. The really fine glitter gets out, which is fine by me. If I had just stuck to using Diary of Belle Rose sequins, it would have been fine, but I ended up adding a few of my own in there, and that was a mistake, clearly, because the little tiny pieces are getting out, but it's not the end of the world. It's okay. And this I created way back in like October, I think, or even the beginning of November. The back is my reason why. I have added a couple of things to this page, so I'll just share with you. There are 3 little puffy stars stickers, and I added this gold star and a sequin to the tag there. It says, "Love this magical December filled with wonder." And on my tag cluster that I wanted to create, I've got my little nutcracker, which these are like my favorite, and last year the Santas were my favorite. So I wanted to incorporate those. And joy is always a word, like it was my one little word for a couple years in a row, and it's the meaning of Nora's middle name. So it holds a lot of, happy, positive emotions for me, so I wanted to include joy on that, and I just thought this little floral pattern paper was stunning. So I embellished the back with a few puffy stickers, a little strip of washi from Tim Holtz, and Tim Holtz's label sticker there. And my reason why, I hand lettered with my Tambo Fudanasuke and wrote, "To capture memories of the season, both big and small, for Nora to have forever, to fully live into the experiences and traditions Christmas brings, to reclaim my past by embracing the present through scrappy, crafty, creative fun." Okay. And then in the same alpha stamp from a couple of years ago's December Daily collection, it's also one of my favorite alphas, period, to use, is the SCV Tea Party. Now to this, I did add some embellishments to the front of the teacup because I thought it looked a little naked, and I love these wooden stars. I sewed some sequins on the tops there of each of these stars, and I also used this snowflake die cut and glued a sequin here or there. So I just wanted a little bit more on the front. It looked a little bit too stark having all that blue, so I like this addition. I didn't end up actually adding anything to the backs of these tags, and later on may go back and add some embellishment just for fun, or another piece of pattern paper, but for now I'm just going to leave it. We have the number 1 because it's story 1, and last year I did try to stick to days, but this year they're just going to be stories, not necessarily the days that these stories happened on, if that makes sense. So I have my journaling, gathered together for the holidays, location Spindle City Vineyard. I love how well our little church does amazing things with our Kingdom kids. This tea party was the Christmas edit, and Nora took Fiona as her +1. They ate lots of sugar, played a few silly games, and listened to Christmas music. Nora got voluntold to be the Christmas tree and was adorned in tissue paper, bows, and baubles. Great start to December. So this is a screenshot of the actual invitation that got sent to our house. And of course, there was some handwritten invitation remarks on it as well, but I didn't obviously get to include those. And then this tag has the photo of Nora and her friend Fiona at the party. And I just used this little phrase sticker that says December Joys. This puffy heart and this joy sticker are from the Paper Person shop, and a white chipboard star, which came from Allie Edwards. And then I put 2 photos on the back. So that's all the girls, and it says gather together. And then LOL, I wrote with my Posca pen, Christmas tree decorating contest, LOL. This was new, it was perfect for the sentiment. You can see Nora's face is like, bro. Like, that is her face when she says bruh. Like, she's not amused, but also actually secretly is. So I thought that was hilarious. It's like when you go, if you've ever been to like a bridal shower and you have to like do a contest to wrap the, you know, the person in toilet paper to look like a bride. That's what this was, but it was make the person look like a tree. So that's just hilarious. And I'm so glad that was in there. I didn't do any other real embellishing than the simple little phrase stickers. I thought that was plenty. So story number 2 is the story of Nora's recital this year. I did a lot of stamping, which was really fun, using 3 different color inks. Let me get those for you. So I have evergreen bough, iced spruce, and this English ivy, all from Ranger. And I stamped out the lyrics to the song that Nora danced to for the recital. So I have what a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in a 1-horse sleigh. Giddy up. And I just ended it there. I thought it was kind of fun to take a little excerpt from the song. And it's actually my favorite part of choreography from that song. Like, there's a really fun little bit that the girls did during that particular part, so I wanted to include that. And then I added a little bit of embossing in the middle of the O's, wherever there was an O. And then this vellum cheers tag, I put a little bit of green trim on and a gold star brad from Michaels. And then I printed out 3 photos, 2 screenshots, and which you saw all these pictures you will see all these pictures actually in my week 48 Project Life spread. So again, using word phrase strips, be jolly, and Nora is right here, and that was after, and Merry Memories, and there's Nora right there, and then the back is just blank. So that kind of tucks in. The title is RDI Recital. I stamped that out. And the ink I used was the red geranium archival ink. So this tucks right in here. Love that. And then I have the felt number 2. This card, which I trimmed down, is actually from Studio Calico's Holly Jolly collection. I think that's what it's called. Then I used this celebrating card. I wrote, every year since you were 3, we've participated in the Christmas recital. This year it was held at our Savior's School, and it was about 2 hours shorter than last year, thankfully. You only opted to take pop class, not ballet and tap as usual, because we were so busy with cheer season. You learned the choreography in a few weeks and performed it like a pro. Dad, Cece, and I were so proud of you. Dance is your gift for sure. And Cece is what Nora calls my mom. So then there's this 4x6 photo of Nora that I took. I put this little vellum jingle because Jingle Bell Rock. And then this little heart I stamped is from Studio Calico. This is a paper clip I had in my stash and the actual program of the Christmas show. And that just gets tucked in here. And then, wait a minute. Story number 3. So there was no process video for this. This I did on my own. Kind of the same for this one. This is story number 3, but it's not finished yet. So I'm going to put a 4x6 photo of our family here. I'm not sure which photo is going to go there yet. I think this is the card I'm going to be using, so you're getting a preview before I actually end up finishing these pages. But this is some star trim that I purchased this year from May Arts Ribbon, and I cut out the number 3 from my advent calendar and stuck this on some vellum. And then again, a photo will go here. For letters to my family, I printed this out. This was from, I think, Prep Day. And I printed it out on paper, and then I used a Ranger embossing marker. This right here. I think I got this at Michael's, maybe. And I basically colored over the print, and then I embossed it. And the red didn't come out great, but it's fine. I'm going to leave it. I have a couple of reds, and I just used plain old like red geranium, both Ranger inks. This is gold and this is red geranium. I think red geranium. Hold on. Yes, it's this one. And then I did I See You for the prompt, which again is a lesson from Prep Day. And I wish I had done mine at the same time that I did Matt's and Nora's. I didn't, and so I tried to like recreate it in Canva. It was like a hot mess. I got frustrated, so I just said, forget it. I'm just going to print it and make it work. It's not the same size. It doesn't have the border, but it is what it is. So there's a lot of journaling about myself, about Nora, about Matt. Just to give you an example, I wrote, Matt, I see you, my love, working so hard. I see you sacrificing the things in life you so deserve, so Nora and I can have the things we don't even need. I see you caring about all of those around you, at work, at church, and at home. I see you running errands at odd hours of the day, making trips to the pharmacy for us, changing the oil in the cold, picking up Starbucks. I see you starting my car when the windows are bathed in frost, making your therapy appointments, and taking the garbage out. I see how you work all day and come home to make us a nutritious meal. I see you spending your free time researching how to turn Nora's favorite glutinous foods into celiac's friendly yumminess, and they are so good. I see you braving the crazy parking lots on Saturday mornings to get us our favorite groceries while Nora and I get to lay around and relax. I see you working hard to budget our finances and help keep us on track each month. I see the way you look at me, the way you make me feel so safe, and I love you more every year. I see you, my better half, my love. And then on the back is one of my favorite pictures of Nora and Matt from this year. And I put a 41 because that's how old he is. And then if you want, I can read I See You for Nora's. Mine's a bit more personal, I guess. Nora's is, I see you, Nora, our sweetest girl, our angel girl, Muffin, Red Panda. Those are all her nicknames. I see you growing at a seemingly impossible speed, how we have to buy you new clothes, shoes, coats every single season. I see you becoming more mature as you understand adult humor, sarcasm, and deeper topics. I see you trying new things. Your first year of cheer has extracted a fresh confidence that has rippled into other areas of your life, and we are so proud. I see you growing in your relationships with friends and family. I see the way you give so generously, effortlessly, and without abandon to those you know and those you don't. You are incredibly kind. I see you put so much effort and care into your schoolwork, the way you have taken on the rigorous math curriculum and addressed the challenges it brings every time. I see you making those essential mistakes so that you can learn and grow, but more importantly, doing those things without shame. I see you including others and inviting folks in so they know they are loved and welcome. I see the way you love Jesus and how you choose to worship with grace as you dance in front of the whole church on Sundays. I see what a little mama you are when you are with younger kiddos and how you love on them so well. You are nurturing and also love to be nurtured. I see how this year, third grade, has challenged you and caused you to grow more than we could have anticipated, and we love parenting you on this journey. I see the joy in your face as we enter this Christmas season, and I promise I will do whatever I can to make it as magical as ever. And that's one of my favorite pictures of Nora from this year, recently. And then there's a picture of me and Nora. It's one of my favorites on the back from, I think it was like this spring. So that's my story 3. I chose 3 because there's 3 of us in the family. So there you go. And this trim I picked up recently at Joann. I think Joann. And then story 4 is the story of our trees. This was a fail. It was supposed to be, I shouldn't have taped it to the page before it so that these could spin freely. So I'm going to redeem that in another story that I haven't filmed yet because it hasn't happened yet. But these do all turn over. So it's fine. It was a great way for me to have fun embossing and stamping and fussy cutting, which I actually love doing. And then I added the tree stories. I used this tree story stamp from Paper Person Shop, which is this one here, to stamp on vellum, or not vellum, clear sticker paper, so that I didn't have to stamp directly on this pocket card and have it be all wonky. So I used Stays On ink, and then I tested, and my Distress ink worked great, but not on this sticker. So actually, I need to somehow take this off if I can. What I'm going to do is re-stamp on paper and cover that up, because that got all like jacked up, but it's okay. And then inside here is a picture of our tree and then Nora's tree. So I used this word die cut Mary. I popped it up on foam tape, and then I took my favorite picture of our tree and I printed this on Epson presentation paper, I think. I don't know. But I printed it out, and then I adhered it to vellum, which is then adhered to cardstock for some stability. But I liked the look of that little simple gold print around the border. And then I took this, which is actually a transparency from last year, because it's the bokeh print, and I love that, and it's perfect to go over these photos. So here's the number 4 for story 4. And then I added these little tabs with stamp sentiments from Ellie Edwards. So this one says Twinkle, and that's Nora decorating the tree. And then my husband, this one says Traditions. This one says Our Tree. And then this is Nora's tree. It says Magical. And there's nothing on the backs of these. Again, these are on the Epson paper. And I used some vellum to create a little bit more of a larger tag. But you can't even tell because it's behind each of these photos. And then it just has the ability to ever so slightly tuck in so that it's not like flopping all over the place or getting caught on something on the inside of here. So that slides in here. Story number 5 was a process video. I still have not added black twine to the tops of these. I still need to pick that up. But story number 5 is about our advent calendars. I journaled for number 1, which has the gold 1. Whoops, that's story 6. I journaled, or I put a picture of the advent calendar, and it's from Rad and Happy. I wrote, "This is new to us in 2023. I came across it scrolling on IG. It's a digital download full of super cute activities like decorating a tree, word searches, etc. Very fun." So that's the first one. The second one says Disney mini books. This is our 3rd year purchasing it. Nora loves to find out which Disney story we'll get to read each night. That is, if she doesn't stay up too late. Okay, and then Advent Story 3, or I guess the 3rd Advent calendar we're using this year. Disney mini brands. Nora chose to have this as her main advent calendar in lieu of the handmade ones I've made in the past. Personally, I think the handmade ones are way better, but whatever. You can see I've switched up the 5. If you saw the video, I put a 6. I've made it into a 5. And then the last advent calendar is mine from Ellie Edwards. This is my 2nd year participating in December Daily and my 2nd time purchasing this kit. I open all 24 envelopes so I can use the stickers. And 5 says, Matt isn't a huge advent calendar fan. He's indifferent. Instead, he enjoys watching Nora's excitement and joy as she experiences hers. We cherish moments of delight. And I love the way this turned out, except I wish these stinking tags would stay in the pockets. That drives me batty, and I would love to know if you have a solution for that. And there's my title there with the foam stickers. I go into more detail about how this all came together, and you can watch that video in my December Daily playlist. This is story 6, another one that didn't get filmed. This is, and by the way, I'm very proud of myself because I feel pressure as a content creator to film everything I do. And I just haven't had the time this year. And it's actually been really nice not to have to set it up and edit and upload and all that stuff. I just have too much going on. So I guess I apologize that there hasn't been process videos for all of these stories, but you know, if I was somebody who didn't work part-time anymore, you know, I could probably set up a Patreon and do that, but I don't know that that's something that I can do at this point in my life. Maybe when Nora goes to high school or something, I can focus more on this, but who knows where life will be at that point. But anyways, this is the story of Nora's wish list. And so the back of this was so fun to play with because I literally just got to decorate it, and I love this. So I used my favorite nutcrackers. I've got the shaker pocket here, the tree present, and this, on the backs of each of the Advent story ones, I decided to use my, like, practice with the silk screens and my stencils and play with texture pastes. And this is like a texture paste from Ranger. It's called Grit Paste Snowfall, sparkling translucent paste with clear glitter for textured dimensional effects. And you can dye this, but I didn't want to. And then I sewed sequins onto these little wooden stars and sewed them to the tag. So I thought that was really fun, and they look, you know, they are simple looking, but they required a lot of different little techniques, right? So this one has opaque texture paste using the star stamp, and then I sewed this star with sequins to it. The number 6 is from Ellie's Studio. And then this one was silkscreen. Silkscreen I had this was, sorry, not silkscreen. This was stencil. That's the same star print, but with the Distress Oxide ink. And then a series of sequins sewn on with gold thread. Not a sewer, not at all, but I made it work, and I think it's fine for December daily. It's not like I'm trying to hem a dress or anything, right? Whoops. See, they just fly out and they go everywhere, and it's really not fun. Drives me flippin' nuts. Okay. And now this one came out. Awesome. Okay. And then the last one is, again, incorporating one of these Santas from last year. I think this was from the Advent sticker kit. And then this was the silk screen with some paint. And I don't know. I think I might have to play more because I'm not loving the silk screen. There's probably quite a learning curve. Okay, and so I used, this idea came from Shuen, her product play lesson. And I took this transparency tree and glued it on, and I decorated it with some different little like sequins and things. And a number 6 at the top for story 6. And I journaled and then printed this out on sticker paper. It says, wish lists have changed so much. No longer do you get a huge JCPenney catalog, but rather Amazon and Target. Since kids don't watch good old cable television or Saturday morning cartoons, there are no commercials to sell you all the hot new toys. So this year, when we received the Amazon Holiday Gift Guide and the Target catalog, you were more than ready to select your most wanted items. Your wish list is smaller than I ever remember. I'm not sure whether to feel happy or sad about that. I love that you would rather make memories than collect things, and can't help but hope that maybe your list is smaller because of our upcoming Disney trip. Either way, I hope you realize how loved and how privileged you are, whether you get everything or not from your wish list this year. And I thought this was so clever, and this is inspired from Jenny Garcia, using little letters and charms to, this is kind of my title. It just says wish, and it's got a little gold snowflake and a little like glass jar of gold sequins. And then I use this tab and this tab from Ali Edwards. It says, this one I stamped remember, and this one says wish list. So if you flip up, you can see some photos of the things Nora wanted most that I made into a little grid. So there's some press-on nails, a 3D pen, the Miniverse, and mini brands, the cookies makery thing. I'm not really sure what that is. And an ice cream slime kit. And then this was the photo I screenshot of the Target catalog. And then I just did a little stamping here to fill in the space. And then this one has the screenshot of the Amazon catalog. And then it flips out to show her wish list. And sure enough, she did get just about everything on her wish list. And then I think that's going to be it, because the back of this is going to be story number 7, which I'm about to work on, which is the story of our gingerbread making. Gingerbread house. Story number 8 is going to be brunch with my friend Linda. Linda loves creating. So that's going to happen actually tomorrow. So I will be sharing a process for that. Story number 9 is going to be about Starbucks Red Cup and Starbucks Holiday Cups. And then story 10 is going to be about our ornaments. And that's as far as I've gotten, which is pretty good considering it's December 7th today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing what I've done so far in this version of my Flip Through Friday videos. Remember that I will be taking a little break for a few days. So that will be the 27th through, I think, like the beginning of January. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that and appreciate you guys watching this. I would love to know what your thoughts are, if you have any questions. And I have seen a couple of people do similar things to what I've shared. So I'd love it if you would tag me if you use any of my designs for your album. And I always try to do that as well when I scrap lift from other creators. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this video. Do me a favor, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. That would mean so much to me. And I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves, friends. Remember, I love you and you are enough. Have a great weekend. Bye.